Well, hi, Jaden Fox here. And in my work, I talk about looking at and expanding your awareness to who or what are all these things that are living here in your reality and interacting with you, but you may not be aware of them. And there's a whole other classification that I want to reveal to you today that I talk about in my body of work that I call Meeting the Cosmic Players. And in that course, we look at like who are all the beings that you're interacting with that you don't have an awareness of. And a category of those beings are what I call doings. So there are, and we're talking about non-physical energies here, not embodied, but non-physical energies. And there are ones that have souls, authentic souls, and those are called beings. We refer to those as beings. But if you're just clearing beings, you're missing a whole other category that I call doings. They're not alive, they're not biotic, they're not living per se, but they're functioning and they're doing. From this reality's, this universe's standpoint, they are creative beings, but they function differently. So there are beings and there are doings. The doings don't have a soul, and their motivation and the way they do business is different than beings are. So if you're a being, which you probably are, you wouldn't be watching this, you want to start looking at what are the doings that are functioning in my reality and start asking questions around those, like what are doings and what are they doing? So you can actually see how you're being impacted by those and start learning how to clear those, which is something we teach in the course. The part about doings that I want to share a little story. And there's the story of when this universe was first created. The prime creator of this universe came into this creation and went, holy shit. Noticed what was possible and it kind of freaked out a little bit, and in that process made a copy of itself, made a duplicate version of itself that if it were to be destroyed somehow, it wouldn't lose itself. It was afraid of dying. So it created another copy of itself, but it didn't give it any authentic soul. So it created another creator that had no soul, and that functioned from no soul and created from a space of no soul. That is that mythology is what I'm connecting to doings. They function differently, they engage things differently, and they're constantly looking to capture soul so they can be like the original prime creator. So that's their game. Like, how can I take soul from everyone and anything so I can become infinite and I can live forever, which they do anyway, but whatever, they don't know that they feel like they need soul because they notice the prime creator does not have that, or does have soul and they don't have that. So it's like then the prime creator is looking at that as a mistake. So the prime creator is going, wow, okay, so how can I fix that? How can I change that mistake? And so it's trying to undo things that the doings are doing. So right away you can see very quickly everything gets really complicated when you start to just even begin to play in the possibility of that mythology as having some depth of reality here. But whether you connect to that or not, start exploring in your reality the difference between beings and doings, and make sure you start learning how to clear both the beings and the doings in your reality. Till next time, be brilliant.